Hi, welcome back to KADYTV.com at Coach C's event with Supervisor John Zaragoza. How are you today?
Well, thank you for allowing me to be here today. In fact, it's a great day because they're going to change the Laurel Street to Coach C Lane. And I have a lot of respect for Coach. He's done a lot of good for the community, for the families. In fact, my son played for him here at Santa Clara. And when I was at Wilson, he was one of the teachers at Wilson during the 7th grade, and that was many, many years ago. So I want to commend Coach C, and I think he deserves it, and he's a good icon for the community. Thank you so much.
That's great. Thanks so much for being here, John Zaragoza, Supervisor. Back on KADYTV.com. Hi, I'm Marianne Rooney with the Mayor, Tom Holden. How are you?
Very, very well. Good morning, Marianne.
So this is really exciting, and I hear that all of your family's going here, and you went here.
There's just so much history and tradition on this campus. In fact, we're getting ready to celebrate our 40th class reunion.
Oh, wow.
I have 2 brothers that also went to Santa Clara, 2 sisters, and now I have my Patrick's a junior, and my other son Jack's a sophomore. So
that's great.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit. Is there one thing that Coach C did for you that you remember or inspired you in some way?
You know, Coach C had the ability to have you kind of reach down and dream bigger than you thought was possible. And I think he instilled that in all his players, that he pushed you to strive to accomplish more than you thought you could.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for being here. This is an exceptional day. I mean, how many streets have been changed to a different person's name?
Absolutely, and how many coaches have done what Coach C has done? And you know, it's interesting. Not many people realize that he was a coach in all 3 sports and won CFs in all 3 sports. So
that's great.
I'm glad we have the opportunity to do this for him now. While he can enjoy it and take it all in.
Something to be very proud of for the city of Oxnard.
Absolutely, and it's just and it's not just the campus. It's a good point, Marianne. It's not just the campus. What's happened has reached throughout the community because his students, his players went on to. At one point, I think we had 4 members of the Oxnard City Council were Santa Clara graduates. So, yeah.
Well, there you go. So you heard it here first. Come to Santa Clara High School and get on City Council, right?
There you go. Thank you, Marianne.
Thanks so much. Here we are with Mayor Tom Holden.
Thank you.
Welcome back to KADYTV.com. I'm here with the principal, Edward Rowe, right?
That's good. That's great.
So you've only been here 9 months, and you came out of LA. So how is this different being here at Santa Clara High School?
Well, it's like night and day. I had a school of 4,200. I was public school down near the Coliseum Manual Arts High School, and I got here. Oxnard reminds me so much of where I grew up in Massachusetts, a little town. Everybody knew each other, and it's been great. Welcomed by the parents in the community, and I just really enjoying it.
You have quite a number of high-profile students that have gone on to do good things out of Santa Clara High School.
We're 100, going on 112 years. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we'll hear for a few of them today.
Right. So today is a historic day of renaming Laurel Street to Coach C. I mean, how do you feel about that for the high school itself?
Wonderful. I remember my first trip to the campus before I accepted the position, and I walked around and I loved it here. And then I started visiting, the Coach C gym and walked into the pavilion at the end and saw all those banners. And I'd been in my day, 23 years working in high schools, a lot of sports. I coached a year myself, and so I've been in a lot of kind of gyms. And this was so great to see all those banners up there. It was a beautiful gym, and I said, wow, this Coach C was everywhere. I hadn't met him yet, and I said, what a presence.
So have you met him?
I did. Probably my 3rd week here. I was a little bit scared, I didn't know what to think. I had met a lot of, famous people come by at my previous jobs, a lot of famous actors, Tom Cruise, governors and things, mayors. But I knew he was a great man, and I didn't know how it would go. But we talked in 2 hours, and I just listened, and it was fascinating.
So was there one thing that stuck out in your mind of ways that he inspired people or helped the high school?
Well, I've got a chance to know a lot of great people and work for a lot of great people. I've been around for a while. What strikes me about Coach C is I've got to know him very well in the past 9 months. Of course, his accomplishments, the 829 victories and all that. I mean, you had to be pretty good to get that. But when you talk to him, you see the character of the man and how much he loves the school, and he thinks beyond himself. And as the principal of the school, I'm just blessed to have him. I say you're welcome anytime. Come as often as you can. And I'm just so tickled that I was able to help in a small way to get this project to happen. I know the mayor approached me when I first got here, and he's an alum himself, and had 2 of his students were here, I found out, and so we worked together along with some alum, and we're able to make it happen. So it's a great day.
Well, how exciting for you, and Coach C, I'm sure, has inspired a lot of other teachers too. So if you're looking at your family coming here to Santa Clara High School, check it out. Give the principal a call. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Welcome back to KADYTV.com. We're here with Monsignor Maharukon. How are you today?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
So I love this. This is my favorite color.
Oh.
I mean, how do you pick out which robes to wear today?
Well, I don't. This was I was made a Monsignor, named a Monsignor about 2 years ago by Pope Benedict, and this is the what they call the choir dress, not the choir dress. I'm sorry, the house cassock dress of a chaplain of His Holiness.
Wow.
So which is fuchsia, and it matches the.
It's beautiful.
In fact, all the bishops have we wear the same colored sash. The only thing that would be different is like a bishop theirs would be red.
Oh.
But mine matches completely. So.
Great. So you are the pastor over at Santa Clara Church, right?
I am the pastor there.
And the high school used to be located physically there, right?
Yes, it was. From 1901, when it was St. Joseph's Institute, it was established then, and then around 1929 they built a new structure, and the high school was actually upstairs, and the elementary school was downstairs. But then in 1952 they acquired the land here, and so the high school split off, came here, and most of the people that have gone to high school went to this campus.
Wow.
It's a very, very few that are graduates of the old campus.
It really has a rich history here, and
Yes.
Coach C, really played a big part of that. So
Yes, he
renaming the street today is really something that's historic for Oxnard.
It is, and well, for a lot of people, it's a long time coming. He's just been such a wonderful influence for all of us. So.
Right. He's inspired a lot of kids, and they've gone on to do good things.
Absolutely.
And yeah,
Yes.
I'm sure you're very proud of the students that came here and the future students too, right?
Absolutely, and of course, he had a wonderful family too. A number of his children were my classmates. Well, Stan was my classmate, and
So
great
now,
kids.
Are you going to bless the street today, or
I don't know
what's your
what
role
I'm going
here
to do.
today?
I think I'm an ornament. They just want me here to show off my robes. So
There you go.
I don't know.
Well, thank you so much. Here we are with Monsignor Maharukon
Yes.
at KADYTV.com. Hi, back on KADYTV.com. I'm Mary Ann Rooney with Councilmember Tim Flynn. How are you?
I'm doing really well. I'm here at a great event.
The renaming of Laurel Street to Coach C is historic in Oxnard. I mean, did you ever think that this would happen?
I don't know if I ever thought it wouldn't happen. I just think I'm glad it did happen. And when it came before the Oxnard City Council, there were obviously reasons not to name it after Coach C, not because of Coach C, but just we have a procedure about how we name streets. But ultimately, the City Council felt that somebody that has done for this community, not only Santa Clara High School, but for this community, what Coach C has done, I think it's a small token, it's a small gesture to name a street after somebody like him, because his contributions will far outlast the naming of a street.
That's great. So you're an alum here at Santa Clara High School, and I hear that you went to school with some notables around town.
Yeah, I graduated in 1977, and a good friend, Father John, Monsignor John, who was just behind us here, he graduated in 1976. And I think it's a great thing. It says a lot about Santa Clara High School, because many members of the Oxnard City Council went to Santa Clara High School. Andres Herrera, Tom Holden, myself, Dean Mulhart. So many, and of course, Dean Mulhart, Andres Herrera are no longer on the council now, but people that have served on the council. And this school had a tremendous impact on my life, and it continues to have an enormous impact on those who attended here.
So now I hear that you have you can imitate one of the teachers here.
Oh, well, I can actually imitate all my teachers, and some are probably more flattering than others. But yeah, we had a group of men here. They're from Holland, and everyone knows the brothers from Santa Clara High School, and every one of them was the most outstanding teacher in their profession. I mean, whether it was biology or economics or world religion or world history, they were the absolute best teachers in the world. And certainly my dad was a teacher, so he was a great model for me. And of course, my teachers here at Santa Clara, in particular the brothers, were just unbelievable. So to emulate them, I would always pick one brother, and he was actually the funniest of them all. He had a handlebar mustache. His name was Brother Vincent. And Brother Vincent, anytime you'd go up and really try to give him a hard time, he was always chewing gum for some reason. And so he'd chew his gum, and then you'd come up and he'd say, "Get out of here, baby, otherwise I'm going to kick you in the butt."
Oh, that's very funny. So do you think that the teachers here at Santa Clara High School inspired you to become a teacher?
Oh, absolutely. And I would say that, before I got into public high school teaching, I taught here at Santa Clara for a brief amount of time. And it's amazing because I just kind of fell right into it. And I started really here at Santa Clara. I eventually got a teaching credential at San Francisco State. And there's no question that the teaching styles, the commitment, the excellence of teaching, it definitely had an inspiration and an effect on me. And I didn't know that I would teach for 20 years. Next year will be my 20th year of teaching, and I thought, well, I'm not quite as dedicated as the brothers are. I like to think I'm dedicated, but they were extra dedicated, and so I gave it a 10-year objective, and now I'm going on my 20th year. So,
well, thank you for your 2 decades of service to the students of our community, and here we are at the naming of Coach C's street.
Thank you.
Here we are with Chris Gutierrez, a former player of Coach C, right?
Absolutely. Yeah,
So what sports did you play?
we played all three sports. We had football, basketball, and baseball. And here in 1960, we only had 150 boys, so you had to play all three sports. So you wanted to support your classmates. So when you let up from football, you had to move right into basketball. From basketball, everyone moved into baseball. But Coach, just changed the uniforms from one season to the other, and we just had to just do it. With 100, you start looking at the depth now of schools that have 4,000 students, and about 3/4 of those are going to be boys, so therefore you have a little bit more to draw from. But we were just small in number, but we just never seemed to let go of the victories.
That's great. So tell us how Coach inspired you to not only in sports but in life.
I think besides my father and mother, they were my heroes in my life. Coach also is my hero because he established a clear vision of what it was to set clear goals, accomplish them, and know when you've met them, and then reflect and come back and teach others, and to that end, that's what I'm doing now. I've retired from education. I was a principal for 30 years, 20 in California, 10 in Oregon, and as a teacher for 10 as well. So 40 years from 1970 to 2 years ago, and now I'm working as a consultant, working in Oregon throughout the state of Oregon to help other administrators on how, because we have so many young administrators that need experience. So I work for the Confederation of School Administrators in Oregon to develop skills and professional development for them. So and I'm also doing that nationwide with the Latino administrators as well. So ALAS, or the Association of Latino Administrators, that goes nationwide. So we draw and try and recruit and train future principals and superintendents, because the challenge is forthcoming. In the next, according to the research, the next 10 to 20 years, we're going to be having 60% more or less Latino or children of color in all the places in the United States, and we don't have enough teachers to do that.
Absolutely, and they need to have the diversity and the heroes to look up to, just like Coach C was a hero for you. It says a lot that you traveled back from Oregon to be here today.
Absolutely. Well, once I found out he was going to be here and be honored, I wanted to celebrate the moment with him.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. Here we are with Chris Gutierrez.